And after you leave a like, remember to smash the subscribe button if you haven't subscribed to my channel as yet. And remember to hit the notification bell so every time I post a video, you can know right away. Subscribe, 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 subscribe.
What's up, my YouTube friends, viewer subscribers, everybody? Welcome back to another banger, interesting video. So what I will be doing right now is a story time about how a guy smashed my side mirror off and tried to run away. It was crazy and it was intense. But before we jump to conclusion, everything is fine, and it happened couple of months ago, but I waited until everything was finalized in order to do the story time, because I was about to like tell you guys what happened right away. Then I was like, wait, during the process and everything, I'm probably gonna have to do like separate videos and whatnot. Then I was like, no, might as well make one video about everything that happened, if that makes sense. Because normally guys do, like, if something happened, they do a story time, and then they do like a update story time pertaining to the matter. But I was like, no, might as well give you guys one and then forget about it. So what's up again? So if you guys didn't know, yeah, so people that know me personally, they are aware of this. But now we are going to begin. So I am going to go from the top. So one day, and it was actually, right now I'm making this video, it is coming to the end of October. And listen to the dates. Right now it's coming to the end of October, and the incident happened on August 3rd. August 3rd, the day after Queen City X. Can you imagine? Because like I was at the exhibition on the Saturday, and then the Sunday I was up moving around. But I'm gonna tell you guys exactly what happened. But like it was a Sunday after the Queen City X. But I wasn't the one that was driving, but it was my car. So I was with somebody. I won't say who she is or what she was doing or her relationship to me, but just know I was the one. I wasn't the one driving my car. Sorry. So we were on the street as usual. 12, like after 12. Yeah, after 12 in broad daylight. So on Sunday, August 3rd, day after Queen City X. So imagine me going to Queen City X, enjoying myself, making that long video and whatnot. And then the next day, boom, that's what happened. I know for a fact a lot of people don't know. Like, you guys that watch me online don't know about it, but people who know me personal, they know about it. Because I was like, I'm going to do story time. Like, I was contemplating, like I said, and I was like, I'm gonna go do the story time about like what just happened. That time it's like fresh in my mind, and I was like, no, I was like, the whole process, like I said, I was like, the whole process, I'm probably gonna have to do like 2 or 3 videos of the same thing. And I was like, nobody wanna watch 3 or 4 videos based off the same thing. Might as well watch one video based off the same thing where it makes sense. So yeah, after 12 broad daylight, the day after Queen City X, the Sunday, girl driving my car, and we're going straight, and we're in like, yeah, we're going straight because it was like downtown. So we're going straight. I should have drawn a piece of paper. But you guys probably have common sense. So we're in the lane going straight, right? And then you got one lane on the right lane. That lane is going turning right. And then you got the other lane. That lane is going left, if that makes sense. So we were in the right lane, and she's driving. Awesome driver. She's driving, and then out of nowhere, one car, SUV, because my car is like a car, obviously, SUV coming. And if we're here going through like the intersection in the middle lane going straight, that means the car on the left should be going this way, right? If that makes sense. So if you're going left, and the same thing applies too, because if this is going straight and this lane is going right, then you go right like that, even if you're going at the same time. So this is us, and we're going straight, and then this car should be like going and turning left, bro. Literally, we're going straight, and this car from behind, like literally be like beside, like he took the mirror off before, like he was like, it wasn't even like side on side, like he literally was that close to the car where he literally smashed the mirror off clean, 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 clean. Like, bro, the way how she was like, oh my god, I was like, wait, did that guy just hit my mirror off, bro? I'm amazed I have a cool head sometimes because we're going and he should be going. That car should be going left, and like I said, and I'm gonna tell you guys how I know it started like that. So we're going, and he hit the mirror off. So naturally, if you're go like if we you know what? Let me make it make sense. So he hit the mirror off, and then that car ended up in front of us. Listen to me. So if we're in the straight lane going straight, and this car should be going left, how did this car that should be going left ended up in front of my car after they took the mirror off? Common sense. So as soon as he hit the mirror off, he tried to run away, and then I was like, make sure you follow that guy because to me, all I need is like a license plate because that's classified as a hit and run, if that makes sense. So took the mirror off in front of us, and then he's driving, at least I would say driving for at least 1 or 2 minutes. That's how long that car was driving. And I was like, if I get the license plate and like a short video of that guy hitting the car and trying to run away, then we are okay. So suddenly we're following this guy, and then he pulled up further down the street. Now we were going to like an intersection, so cars going this way and cars going this way, you know what I mean, and the light's green. So with that being said, is if he's going left, absolutely no way that car should be taking off the side mirror and ended up in front of us. So he stopped further down the street, and that's a red flag right away. Because if you hit somebody right then and there, you're stopping your car, putting it in park. Everybody got to see it. You know what I mean? So that guy took the mirror off and he stepped up further up the street, and then suddenly he pulled over. And then as soon as he pulled over, the guy sat in the car still. And then like I was in the passenger side and the girl was in the right hand. She was the one that was driving. I won't say the name. It's not relevant. So I hopped out of the car, raging, of course. Then I went there. I was like, roll the window down. No, first of all, I knock. And then he's looking. And then I was like, yo, roll the window down right now. And then, he rolled the window down. He's like, what's up? I was like, what the hell was that? Well, I didn't say hell. You guys already know what exactly I said. I was like, what the, what's that? And he's like, oh, what happened? I was like, oh, here we go again. I was like, get out of the car. And then I backed up. And he's like, what? I said, get out of the car now. And then he's like, put the car in park. Bro, the car wasn't even in park. And I was like, afterwards when I'm sitting now thinking about the whole thing, I was like, wait, so if I got out of the car, would that guy actually try to run away again? Because like once I told him to get out of the car, that's when he put the car in park. That's how I know. So I could have went like get out of the car and walking there, and he could have speed up, and then he's gone. Then by the time I run back to my car and get her to follow him, he's gone already because I wasn't the one that was driving. So he put the car in park, and then he got out, and I was like, bro, what the hell was that? And it's like, oh, I don't know what happened. Did you guys swerve? I was like, did we swerve? I was like, bro, if we swerve into you, how did you end up in front of us? Now back to what I was saying. So if we're going this way, and if we hit him, for sure we will be going on the left side. So that car ended up in front of us, like I said. So he's like, did you guys swerve? I was like, bro, if we swerve, we would have ended up on your side, and we would have been going the other way. Both cars will be going like to the left side if we swerve into you. I was like, if you ended up in front of us, how did you ended up in front of us? And then he's like, oh, I don't even know what happened. I was like, bro, I need to see your license right now. And is this your car? Bro, you should have seen me. I was like, is this your car? He's like, he didn't answer. And I was like, is this your car? I'm asking you a question. I was like, yeah, it is. And then I was like afterwards, I was literally sat down and I was thinking about the whole thing. Red flags every single where. So he refused to show his license. Oh, bro, there's a lot of things that was going on. So I was like, I need to see your license right now. Is this your car? I asked him like one thing. I asked him once, and then the second time he's like, oh yes, my car. I was like, bro, I need a picture of your license because I'm gonna have to make a claim. I don't know you, so I can't go to an auto body shop and say, okay, what's it worth to fix this and take the money from this guy? Because I don't know you. So there's absolutely no way. I was like, I need to make a claim, so I'm gonna have to take a picture of your driver's license just so when I contact the insurance company in Canada, Regina, that's what's it called? SGI. But I'm talking for those who also don't know the like insurance name and whatnot. So I was like, when I contact the insurance company, I'm gonna have to let them know exactly who was driving the car. So I need a picture with your driver's license. 4 times I've asked this guy. This guy did not respond, not one time. And I was like, I'm there, and I'm looking at the car. I'm like, the mirror, the side. Bro, what makes it worse for you guys that's like in Jamaica? Not too sure about the states, but in Canada where I'm living, the driver's side is on the left side. That's the driver's side mirror he took off. So I'm looking at it, I'm like, the thing was literally hang down, bro. That's bro, look at the thumbnail. I'll probably put a picture here again just so you guys can see. Bro, literally the side mirror was hang down. It was hanging on by the wires that was on there. That's what was going on. And then I was like, bro, look at what you just did. And then I'm looking at his car and driving an SUV. Well, he said it's his. I'm going to say it's his in the story. I'm not quite sure, but there's red flags everywhere, like I said. So I'm looking at his car. I'm not going to post it on like the show or whatever, but like driving an SUV. And I'm looking at it. And from the headlight, his headlight, there's like a black scratch. If you guys look at the thumbnail, you can see, but I won't put it on here. But from his headlight, you see the scratch all the way down to, I think it was his passenger side mirror. So when we go back to the top, it's obvious that he took the mirror, like he was close enough to the car before he took the mirror off. Because like I'm looking at the mirror, like my mirror was just hanging and whatnot, but his car from the headlight. Now, if your headlight have a scratch, and the scratch go all the way down on your fender, all the way down to your side mirror, then it obviously that you were too, like it started close and you were there and you still rubbed it off and you didn't give two shits, and then you rubbed it up, then you ended up in front of us. Because when I was looking at his car, that's when it makes sense. Because I was like, so it's not like you're driving and then you sort of bump it and then you go away. You deliberately, like it was probably trying to go around us and it's too close. I don't know. Like I said, red flags everywhere. This story doesn't even make sense. Because, like, bro, honestly. So, after all that, so yeah, like, I'm looking at his car, and then I was like, bro, look at the scratch all the way here. And you're going to say if we swerve? I was like, if she swerved into you, by the time she touched the car, you would have went the other way, or she would have went the other way. You wouldn't have this long mark there. That guy went quiet. And I was like, bro, I'm going to have to make a claim. For, like I said, you guys that don't know, a claim is like telling the insurance company what happened, and then they decide who's right and who's wrong and who's going to fix what and what's going to cost who and all these things. So I was like, bro, I'm going to have to make a claim because honestly, I don't know you. And then he's looking at her. And I was like, why are you looking at her? He's like, is that her car? That's yours. I was like, that's my car. That's why I'm talking to you. Then he trying to act like he's brilliant. He's like, oh, I need a picture of, because I already took a picture of his plate, because he's like, oh, all you need is my plate number. I was like, bro, when they ask me who was driving, what am I going to say? If you refuse to show me your driver's license, how can I say this person was driving the car? Another red flag. Because, like, if you have a valid driver's license, why are you hesitating to show your driver's license? Now, make it make sense. Even if you're wrong, I've seen people in accidents and incidents and they are wrong and they still provide their Saskatchewan driver's license, their Canadian driver's license. Now, if you don't have a license, how can you present one, if that makes sense? So I'm there and I'm like, this guy doesn't even want to show me his driver's license. He's like, only thing I need is a plate number and all this garbage. So I took a picture of his plate number. Now this guy went all the way to my car and he's like, hi, I need a picture of your license because you were the one that was driving. I was like, what the hell? I was like, I asked you 4 or 5 times for your driver's license. You refused to show it to me. Now you're going to go to her because she was the one that was driving. You're going to go to her and ask her for a picture of her driver's license. Another red flag. Because how you want a picture of somebody's driver's license, but you refuse to show them theirs. So, bro, like after the whole thing, sorry, I'm sitting down. I was like, this was complete garbage. So after all that, so I went back and I was like, bro, one last time, because he got a picture of my license plate. Well, my license plate is like my name. So he went there and he took a picture of it, and he took a picture of her driver's license, and then because she was actually refusing too, and I was like, no, 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 give it to him because we don't have nothing to hide. So it's like, so you want a picture of hers, but you don't want to give us ours. You don't want to give ours yours. Sorry. And then he looked at me and he never said anything. Then he looked back at her. Now imagine if it was only her, how this guy would do her, bro. This guy would have turned the whole thing on her and make it look like she was the one who hit him when he was the one that took the mirror off. So right after that, now he took I was picture sorry, and I was like, yeah, I was like, because she was like, when he asked her for a picture of her driver's license, she looked at me because she was still sitting down in the car and we were outside, and then he asked her, and then she looked at me, and I was like, yeah, give it to him, because I know that's what she's trying to ask me. I was like, yeah, give it to him because we don't have anything to hide. Because you took the mirror off and you don't want to give us a picture of your driver's license. I don't even know your name. So what am I gonna say when I say who when they ask me who was driving this car? So he took a picture of her driver's license, like I said, because I told her to give it to him because we have nothing to hide. And I was like, well, in my mind, I was like, when I'm making the claim, all of this is going down. Every single thing. Because I'm a very good storyteller. When I tell story, people can visualize it. So, so yeah, like I said, he took the picture of her driver's license, and I was like, so you don't want to give a picture of my car? So he came back to his car, and then I came there, and then one guy I know, he's driving by, and he stopped in front of his car, but not like trying to block him in, like he stopped. And then he came, he's like, yo, what's going on? And I was like, bro, this guy just took my side mirror off. And then the guy's there and he's looking, because like, I don't know how come the guy, I know him, he's like driving by, he saw my car, and then he stopped and he's like, wait, what's going on? Why is Ty's car here and whatnot? So he stopped, and then he came to figure out what was going on. I was like, the guy took my mirror off and whatnot, and then, bro, the other guy never said a single word. Nothing. Like, I don't know if he was scared of me or intimidated by me, but he didn't say two words to me. The only words he said was, oh, did you guys swerve? That was it. So right after that, now I'm like explaining to my friend, and I'm like telling him, like, the guy took the mirror off and he did this and he did that, and the guy went back to his car. So my friend started looking at his car now, and then he's like, oh yeah, but I was like, look at what he did to my mirror. And then the guy's like, oh yeah, what about my car? I was like, bro, you have scratches from your headlight to your fender. Like, don't get me wrong, it was like, it's not only like scratch, like that like it was dent in. Like, even if you put paint on it, like white paint on it and whatnot, you still can't get rid of it because the scars are scars. But the dents are still there, if that makes sense. But if you paint it white, you can stay from afar and it looks nice. But once you get close to it, you can see the dents in it and whatnot. So I was like, bro, you have scratches and a little bit of dents here. I was like, look at mine. You took my mirror off. Now I'm one mirror less, and you took the driver mirror off. Now, can you imagine how hard it is to drive without your driver's side mirror, bro? Oh my god. Then we're there, and then he's explaining. He's like, "Oh, I'm not even gonna make a claim because the same thing happened to me a couple of weeks ago." And I was like, "So, what did you just say to me right now? Do you want me to start hitting you repeatedly?" I was like, "So you're telling me the same thing happened to you a couple of weeks ago, and now you're doing the same thing all over again. Now, if you're in the same position over and over and over again, then you are the problem, not everybody else." So I was like, what? You mean the same thing happened to you a couple of weeks ago? I don't care about a couple of weeks ago. I didn't even see you a couple of weeks ago. And it's like, oh yeah, same thing happened to me a couple of weeks ago. Look like an older guy. And he's like, oh yeah, I'm not even gonna make a claim because I made a claim already. And he could be right and he could be wrong. That's not my point. My point is how we're gonna fix my side mirror. That's what I'm most concerned about. I don't care about what happened a couple of weeks ago and whatnot. So the guy's like, oh yeah, look at Mike. I was like, bro, look at the mirror. I was like, you know how hard it is for me to drive without my driver's side mirror? Every time we park and we're trying to get out to go on, if we're changing lanes or we're parking and we're trying to go off, we need a driver's side mirror. And I was like, I was like, bro, you know how hard it is to drive without the driver's side mirror. And then right after that, he looked at it. I was like, bro, look at what you just did. Look at it. And then he looked at it for probably like 5 seconds. Then he's like, oh yeah, you have my driver's plate. What? He's like, oh, you have my driver, my car license plate. It's fine. You don't need my driver's license. I was like, bro, then who am I gonna say was driving the car? And he looked at me. Nothing was said. And the girl came out of the car and she stood up and I could see her eyes wide open. Like bro, I swear, if I wasn't there, that guy would have tear her up. Even though he was the one that was wrong. And then she's there standing with her eyes open. But I'm cool headed sometimes. I'm trying to handle everything, especially in heated moments like that. So the guy's there and he's looking at her and she looks scared too. And he's like, oh yeah, I'm going. You have already have my license plate, so do whatever you want. But I'm not gonna make a claim. Now this is where it gets tricky. So after he went away and the guy I was talking to, my friend, he went away. I was like, bro, it's okay. I'll handle everything. He went away and whatnot. Then she came out. I was like, get out of the car. And then she came on the passenger side, and then I was on the driver's side. Bro, can you imagine driving without your driver's side mirror? I was like, bro, I had to use the rear view mirror, but still. You know how funny it is? You never know how important something it is until it is gone. So right after that, I'm like, on a Sunday, 12 broad daylight. So I'm like looking, I was like, oh, there's no car coming. I need to go into a parking lot to see if I can tape this mirror up or whatever the case may be. So I find a parking lot. Then I try to call SGI. SGI is the Saskatchewan Government Insurance, for you guys that don't know what SGI is. So it's like the insurance company. So I called him, didn't get them. Then I was like, you know what? Let me drop you off first. Then I'll handle everything else later. So I took her home, and then she told her mom and everything what was going on, and then her mom came out, looked at it, everybody face drawn down like that. So it was like, you know what, that guy's gonna get some heat. That was what was I was thinking. Then I was like, she told her mom everything what happened, and then yeah, so her mom's like, oh, you think duct tape is gonna hold the mirror? Because like the mirror was heading by the cord, bro. When I'm driving, it's like bouncing back and forth. So it's like when like they tape it up, so we like set it back, like where the side mirror is, set it back, and then we get duct tape on, like taped it up nicely. Luckily that helped. So my mirror has like the normal mirror, and then it have like a small one inside of it. So that one was smashed, but the small one was okay. So like when I drive around, I try to use the small one. Now I had to adjust myself using the small one because I never used like I do look at the small one, but not as often. So we taped it up, and then I came home and I told my mom, and then tried to call SGI, and they're like, oh yeah, you go, they're like, you can go to the police station and report it and blah blah blah. Blah. So went there, and it's a Sunday, like I said, so it's closed. And one lady was like, oh yeah, when we went down there and talked to the officer, well, like we were outside, but it's like a Sunday, so it's like they have a thing in the front, like a answering machine and whatnot. So I'm talking through that, and she's like, oh yeah, did you guys talk to the individual? And I'm like, yeah. And then she's like, oh yeah, it's not classified as a hit and run. Hit and run is when a person hit your car and then they drive away and then you don't know where they are. So she's like, yeah, as long as you spoke with the individual, it's okay. She's like, did the person give you any identification? I was like, only thing I have is the driver's plate. I don't know if it's a rental. I don't know if it's a company car. I don't know if it's his personal car. I do not know nothing. She's like, oh yeah, just contact SGI. Like I said, SGI is an insurance company. She's like, oh yeah, just contact SGI and they'll handle it. So, and on a Sunday where they're closed, of course. So there was one that was open. So my mom, like, we calling, and suddenly she got one that's like open. I don't think that one was even in Regina. That one was probably Fort Capella or somewhere else. So she, like, when she called him, guy picked up, and then I was explaining to the guy what was going on. The guy was like, wait, which lane you say the other car was in? I was like, the car was in left lane, like I said. And he's like, how is a car in the left lane and taking off your left mirror? And I was like, see, And then the guy, like, like everything that I'm telling you, that's exactly what I tell the guy, because the claim, it's like a report where I tell them what was going on, and then if the other person make a claim, they, like, they look at both, and then they will see what's going on. They can check like the traffic cameras and whatnot, and then see who was wrong or who's lying or whatever the case may be. And remember, the guy said he's not making no claim. Now this is where things get interesting. So this is the same day. Everything I just said, it's the same day. So after I explained to the guy and whatever, the guy's like, oh yeah, so after we finalize everything, because we're gonna take your report, and then after we finalize everything, in a couple of days we will get back to you, then we will decide what was going on. So I was like, okay. And that's on a Sunday. So the Monday, nothing. I think around like 1 week, no call. And then I call them. I was like, yeah, I'm here to follow up on a claim, because I was told that now this is 1 week after the guy took the mirror off. So I was like, yeah, I made a claim a week ago, and I just called to follow up what was going on. Now they said to me, oh, we're waiting on the other person to make a claim just so we can see who was right and who was right. No, I am sorry. So I think couple the other 3 or 4 days after, I called them, and that's what they told me. So they're like, oh yeah, we have to wait for the other person to make a claim, then we can figure out what happened and what's going on. That's a couple of days, because I thought that, long story short, when the girl hit my bumper a couple years ago at the stoplight, things was quick. But it was because she made the claim the same time as me, so there was no waiting on nobody. Now this is where things get interesting, and I obviously didn't know this. So they're like, oh yeah, we have to wait for the person to make a claim. So within a week or so, we'll give them a week, and then if they don't, then we'll contact you and we will decide what was going on, bro. Literally, after 1 week, nothing. So I called them again. I was like, oh yeah, it's 1 week now. So yeah, what's going on? Then they're like, oh yeah, so there's a process. Listen to me. They're like, oh yeah, so there's a process where after an accident or somebody hits somebody, or after that, it's like they give everybody 1 week to make a claim. That's 7 days. And then she's like, now the 1 week is done. We contact them twice. I think she said 2 times or 3 times within the same week, and no response. So she's like, oh yeah, we contact the person, the owner of the vehicle, twice, and then no response. So we mailed them a letter saying that if they don't reach out to us within 30 days, then we are going to use their insurance to fix your car. And I was like, so you told me to wait 1 week? Now 1 week turned into 1 month? Now, now imagine me. You guys already know the type of guy I am. Now imagine me driving around with my car mirror taped up. Oh, but right after that, so I was like, 30 days? And she's like, oh yeah, we saw on your record that you called a couple days ago to talk about it. But yeah, we just have to give them time to reach out to us. So we called them and they didn't respond. We emailed them, they didn't respond. So I was like, so what's gonna happen to him? Because if I have to drive around like that and you hit me and nothing was said, then what's gonna happen to him? She's like, oh yeah, we'll probably just use his insurance, and he's probably gonna get a fine. And I was like, oh, because there need to be some penalties. How you hit somebody and run away like that? It could be anybody. What if the owner of the car said, oh, I lent somebody my car and I didn't know, but it's the owner of the car insurance. So if that guy was the owner of the car, why would he refuse to show his driver's license? Because everybody's driver's license, if you own a car, your car is registered under your driver's license, if that makes sense. Because like I said, red flags everywhere. Like this didn't even make no sense to me. When I was telling my mom and telling people I know personal, they're like, what? I was like, exactly. They're like, are you sure? I'm like, what do you mean if I was sure? I was the one that was there. And this is how it went down. So they're like, oh yeah, we have to give the person who, like, we reach out to the owner of the car because we don't know who was driving the car, because we saw in your report that there wasn't no driver who like we don't know who it is. And I was like, yeah, exactly. The guys, they're like, oh, but did you ask him? I was like, bro, I asked the guy like 5 times. I was there. Why everybody keep asking me if I did this and if I did that? I was right there. I was the one asking him. I can't like put him in a headlock and take his wallet out of his pocket and take out his stuff. Well, I could, but I ended up getting charged. But he's like, oh yeah. So until then, there's absolutely nothing we can do. We have to wait for the 30 days to run its course because we already send them an email and we call them. We call no response, email no response. So we send them a mail saying, okay, if you don't respond to us within 30 days, we're going to use their insurance to fix this car. And I was thinking, I was like, why 30 days? So you're telling me that person could have waited up until, well, this is where things get even more interesting because right after that, I was like, you know what? Okay. I guess I'm gonna have to drive her. She's like, oh yeah. So I was like, so you guys told me 1 week. Then she sort of explained to me where it makes sense. She's like, the 1 week. So after every accident or anytime a person make a claim, they're like, so if you make a claim and it's like pertaining to somebody, like somebody hit you or you hit somebody, like making a claim, I think the process is different than you making a claim for yourself. Like if you drive and you hit something, like you hit your bumper or you hit something and you make a claim, I'm guessing that's different than actually somebody hitting you. So when somebody hit you or you hit somebody, they have to wait for both people to make a claim in order to decide what they're doing. But if it's you who drive and hit something and you make a claim, I'm guessing because they're charging you. If you drive and you hit, like say if I was driving and I hit my side mirror off, then they'll charge me the money. But due to the fact that I said somebody else do it, so they have to wait for whoever else did it to come to them, if that makes sense. So she's like, oh yeah, that's what the 30-day course is for. So she's like, yeah, so the 7 day is for them to reach out to us. And then the 30 days is that if they don't respond to us within the 30 days, then we automatically use their insurance to fix your car. I was like, okay. Then the 30-day run its course, bro, from August. Like I said in the beginning, right now it's October. So I sat down and I, taped it up nice. Taped up the sun bureau nice. I was like looking at my car. I was like, man, look at my car. How can I pick up girls in this car? Look at the mirror. It's all taped up. So after the 30 days run its course and whatnot, literally the same day, like I was on the street and I was like, today, because I literally count down every single day. So the lady was like, oh, it's so basically I'm gonna be waiting for 37 days. So when I heard 30 days, I was like, okay. But I was like, after when I was talking to her, she's like, oh yeah, so the 1 week is different from the 30 days. So I was like, okay. So I let the 30 days play its course, I still make some money, still make everything happening. And then they're like, oh yeah, if you wanna go in and fix your mirror on your own, then we will charge you. And then right after the course is completed, then you will probably get your money back. I was like, no, leave it. I'll wait for that guy to make his claim if he's gonna make one. Because remember, from the beginning, the guy already told me he's not making any claim. So I already know. So the 30-day place course, and then the same day, because I literally count down every single day. Because while I was talking to the last lady, I was like, so which day? Because how they do it is different. So I was like, so which day will be the 37 day? So when the guy hit the mirror off the third, the claim didn't process until like the 8th. So it had to go from the 8, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 8, so that's 1 week. So I thought when I made the claim, it started, but they had to process it. So it started like the 8th. So that's when it processed. So she explained the whole thing. So like I said, I let the 37 days place course. And then on the last day, because I remember which day she said. So on the last day, I was going home and I was like, today's the last day. And these people didn't call me. So I was like, the first thing tomorrow morning, I'm calling them. So I'm driving right before I got home. One lady called me. She's like, hi, Tyvon. Yeah, just to let you know, the 37 days that we told you about, it's done now. So now we can move forward with you. So I was like, did the person make a claim? They're like, no. So my guess is, so what if I waited 36 days and then that guy made a claim the last day and say, oh yeah, but no, he hit me. Now that's a whole other thing. But luckily he didn't do that. So she's like, oh yeah, now you can go ahead and we'll fix your car because we told this person that if they don't contact us within certain amount of days, and they will be held responsible. So they didn't contact us, sorry, so now we can move forward. So I was like, yeah, so what do we do now? She's like, oh yeah, so everything is waived, your deductible, everything will be free and whatnot. I was like, but it should be because he hit me. So right after that, no, so she's talking to me, she's like, oh, do you know any auto body shop that you want to fix your car or whatever? Like, to me, there's like a couple around the city, but I was telling her, and she's like, oh, no, 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 that one is not under us. So they can't provide you a car while they fix your car. So I was like, so which one is under you guys? Because when the girl hit my bumper that one time, I went somewhere else, but they didn't provide me a car, even though that one was like, I think 2 days, but they didn't provide me a car. She's like, oh yeah, if you make a claim through SGI and if you use our auto body shop, then we will provide you a car, a rental, so you can move around while we work on your car. So I was like, okay. So she sent me the list and whatever. So that's where I went. So I contact them, and then they're like, so that's August instant. So right now this is September. So I contact them, and I gave them my claim number. They run everything, they saw the whole detail and everything, they saw that everything was weird and whatnot, and the lady was like, oh yeah, so we have to order the parts because it's not often people get their side mirror hit off and whatnot, so they have to get the part first, then they will book me in. So this was it, like in September there. So she booked, I think it took at least a week or two, at least 2 weeks for the parts to come in. She's like, yeah, so we'll wait till the part come in, then we will book you in, because there's no sense of we having your car and then you can't move around, and then yeah, and then the car is gonna be in the shop sitting. So she's like, yeah, wait till we get the part. The part will be in by this day. We'll call you by this day. Then we'll get you going. So that's exactly what I did. Now this is 2 weeks after everything was okay. So I was like, well, everything was still okay. But I was like, so now I'm waiting 37 days. Now it's like 1 month. I'm gonna have to wait another 2 weeks on these days that I'm waiting. So I was like, you know what? As long as it's in progress, it's fine. So the lady's like, oh yeah, so within, I think the part came October, like October 10 there. Because, bro, I literally remember all the days. So she's like, oh yeah, the part will be here October 10. So we will call it. They literally called me October 11, like the next day. Because she's like, oh yeah, so we just got the part, and just to let you know, we'll book you in and everything's okay, and then we'll get you. She's like, oh, do you need a car to move around? I was like, that would be lovely if I can move around. Because how would I get out and move around and get money, right? How? So she's like, oh yeah, so she's like, oh yeah, within these, so this is like in the beginning of October. So she's like, oh yeah, within these couple of days, we'll get you to come in, drop your car off, we'll get you a rental, and you'll be on your way until the process is done and everything. So right after that, so I was like, okay, so as soon as they got the part, so like I said, I was waiting again. So as soon as they got the part, I bring the, now, so yeah, so right after they got the part, I brought my car. So October 10, they called me, and then the part came, I think 2 weeks. It came before my birthday. So it came, I think, the 17 or the 18, one of those days. So it came one of those days, and she's like, oh yeah, so you can bring your car in at the, cause they booked me in. So I was like, yeah, book me in and I'll bring my car there. So literally the Tuesday before my birthday. So I was like, okay, I'll come in, wake up early, and come down there and whatever. So that's what I did. So right after that, when the part came, I got up, went down there, and brought my spare key down there. And then she's like, oh yeah, so one guy, she's like, do you need a ride? I was like, yeah. She's like, oh okay, one guy will pick you up, then they will bring you to the place where you'll get the rental from, then that you can do everything over there and whatnot. So literally there, brought my car in, sit down, waited for a guy, like 15 minutes. Then as soon as that was done, we went to, yeah, the guy brought me to the place to get the rental. So I'm there sitting down minding my own business. And no, not minding my own business. Wait. So I went in and talked about everything. They're like, oh, wow, okay, what can we help you with? Then I told them my name and gave them my driver's license. And then they're like, oh, so did the place reserve a car for you or whatever? They're like, oh, just give me your name, we'll find everything on file and whatnot. So they punch my name in, then they find something on file. Then they're like, oh, okay, so we have some cars, and yeah, they reserve one just for you. So yeah, everything is fine. So go sit down and then we'll wait. So they're sit down and waiting for, let's say, 10 minutes, 10 minutes there. And then I was like, oh yeah. So one guy came, he's like, oh, Taiwan. I was like, yeah. He's like, oh, are you okay with 2025 Nissan Versa? I was like, 2025 Nissan Versa? I was like, let's go see what that look like. So we went outside and he had the key in his hand, and we went outside, and he make the sound. And we were next to a SUV because I didn't know what a Nissan Versa is. So we went outside and we're standing next to a SUV, and I was looking at it, I was like, because in my mind I was like, I'm probably gonna end up making a video depending on the car they give me. I was like, if they give me a average car or whatever car, I was like, maybe I'm gonna let that one slide. But when the guy I was standing next to the SUV and I'm looking at it, I was like, no, it's this. I was like, please don't give me this. And he's like, Papa. I was like, oh no, it's not this one, it's that one. Then we went there. That's the black one that I was driving. So he went there, looked at it, he's like, oh yeah, so we need to just clear up a few things. It's like everything, since it's a claim, message has paying for it, so for you it's free, but we still need a deductible just in case something goes wrong or whatever the case may be. He's like, you'll get your money back. But the only thing it's gonna cost you is like gas. So make sure you drive around when it's time for you to bring it back. Make sure you get it with a full tank. You return it with a full tank, or if you don't return it with a full tank, we're gonna charge your credit card when we fill the tank. So make sure you fill it and you bring it back. Then everything will be zero. So he walked me through. Like, this is the first time I have to deal with like a rental. So he's like, oh yeah, so he's like, oh yeah, so if there's any damage to the car, any little thing with the car, you'll be responsible. If you park somewhere, get a speeding ticket, you'll be responsible. No smoking in the car, all those things. And I was like, I don't smoke, and I'm a safe driver. I was like, I never got a ticket before. It's like, oh, very good. I was like, there we go. So it's like, oh yeah, blah blah blah. So I went in and I looked around. I was like, and this is a Tuesday before my birthday, and I was like, in my mind, I was like, so how long? Now this is here. I'm at the rental place, so I was like, so how long do you think they're gonna have my car for? I was like, is there any time? Because they didn't mention it to me, and the guy checked the thing. He's like, for us, they said it's 1 week. So now it's Tuesday, so next Tuesday you should be ready. And I was like, wait, next Tuesday? So I'm having this car for a week, and this is a Tuesday, and my birthday is a Saturday, so I'm gonna have this car for my birthday. I was like, but I never said that to him, but it was going through my mind, and I was like, I'm gonna make a video with this car and say I buy it for my birthday, and then I'm gonna say it's a rental and everything. But I was like, I already did that video already, but I already planned that video ahead. But I was like, I was like, okay, I'm gonna prank my viewers, if that makes sense. Then adjust my mirrors and everything, and drive off. And then fast forward, like, that car, it was nice. I love driving it and whatnot. But I think my car, inside that car is like small. Like, don't get me wrong, the car is swift and it looks nice. But my car have more room inside. But that car was good to drive. Like, I drive it around and everything. And then the 1 week today I'm making this video, it's the 28th October. So this is they already brought the car in. I got my car back. So when I went in, and no, they called me in the morning. They're like, oh yeah, so just to let you know, your car is done, and yeah, so the last day of the rental will be tomorrow. That's October 29. So yeah, just calling you to give you an update on what was going on. So I was like, oh, it's done. I was like, okay, let me bring the rental back to the place and then go get my car. So I went to the rentals place. Well, I'll fill it up with gas, of course. And then I didn't even do no big drive. And then so I filled it up with gas back. I think I drove like water tank. Bro, that car should have been on the highway. Because if I had that car for a couple of days, that car should have been out to Fort Capel or Saskatoon. That car should have been everywhere. But that's just how it is. So after I brought the car back in, I went there. I was like, yeah, I'm here to return this car. And then the guy's like, oh, he took the key, he punched the car in, my name came up, we came out, he looked at it to make sure everything is fine and everything is okay and whatnot. And then he's like, oh yeah, so everything looks good. He's like, oh, is the gas tank full? I was like, you can go check. He's like, oh yeah, I will go check. So I was like, huh. So you're asking me, but you're still gonna go check. So I was like, yeah, you can go check. Then he makes sure everything is okay, and then he turned it on. He checked the gas. He checked the kilometers. He's like, you didn't do no big driving. I was like, no, only move around in the city, go to work, get some money. That was it. He's like, oh, he's like, most guys who rent cars, they go out of town. He's like, yeah, whenever somebody rent a car, we check the kilometers when we give them the car. Once they get back, we're seeing even 1,000 kilometers. We're saying, oh, you were out of town. I was like, no. Then check everything. Then everything was fine. Then he showed me the wager. Everything zero. So he's like, oh yeah. He's like, do you need a ride to go to the auto body store? I was like, auto body shop. I was like, oh yeah, that'll be lovely. Cause how else would I get there? So I was sitting down there for around 20 minutes. Then when the guy came to pick me up, I went back to the auto body shop for my car. Then I went in, signed the paper. They're like, oh yeah, so we need to close everything because SGI paying for everything. So once we get your signature on here of when you pick your car up and everything is fine, just sign to say the work was done and everything, so they can release the money. I was like, oh yeah, sign everything, and then boom, that was it. So sign everything and then go get my car and woo, gone. So with that being said, this is how I ended up with that black car you guys saw me driving. I know for a fact a lot of people saw it and they're probably thinking, oh, Tyvon buy a new car. Like I said, I can afford it, but that's not something I would buy for myself. It's an amazing car, it's okay, but I would waste my money to buy it. It drives nice too, but no. No. So this is how I ended up with that car, and this what was happening from August, and now it's October. So it take 2 months in order to get this going. 2 months, and as soon as I jumped in the car, I looked at the mirror and I, fixed it, like trying to adjust the mirror. I was like, working good now and everything. And the guy even scratched like the door, so they paint the car amazing. They paint the car, they washed up, everything looks shiny and nice. I was about to show you guys, but I was like, no. I was like, no, but everything is okay. I paid $0. No, out of the whole process, it cost me $29, and that's in gas. So that's what it cost me. When I looked at the bill, where did I have the piece of paper? I think it's somewhere in my room here. So the bill was 2,700 and something for everything, bro. That's just a side mirror and paint. Almost $3,000. When that girl hit my bumper off, that was like two grand something after everything. But I think the mirrors are more expensive than the bumper. I'm guessing the mirrors like more on electric side too and whatnot. The bumper is just like the body part, and then the electric, because we need the wires that were connected and everything to move the mirror up and down. So I'm guessing that's probably why. But yeah, that was my process. In the beginning, headaches. I was like, oh, I gotta wait, I gotta do this. But after everything, they're not okay. So I had that new car for my birthday. My car, like that car, that Nissan is a newer model than my car. But I still prefer my car because my car is more reliable and safe, and I do have winter tires. I have everything for that car. And now I'm speaking, it's almost time for me to put on my winter tires again because winter is coming. But this is my whole process. So this is a story about how I got to smash my mirror off and try to run away. The process, every single thing. Nothing was missing. So I ended up with that black car, like I said, and I drove around with it. And I was like, you know what? Let me make a video, because remember I think 2023 when my mom bought her car and I made a video with the car. I was like, anytime I go buy my car, anytime I go buy another car, sorry, I'm gonna make a video with it. And look at how they gave me the rental for free. Well, gas, but like I didn't pay for the car, I only paid for the gas. And then I was like, I'm gonna make a video with this car. I'm gonna prank all my viewers and say I buy this car for my birthday. Because some people will see the thumbnail and say, oh, Tyvon bought a car for $35,000, and they don't watch the video, and then they will think like that. But I took 2 pictures, I think pictures from my birthday. Both are bussing, by the way, with that car. So everybody that saw that car is probably gonna think, "Oh, Tavon bought a new car," but they didn't watch the video, so now they're stuck in their mind of oh, he bought a new car, but they don't know the truth. So that whole video when I make saying I buy a new car for my birthday and whatnot, I literally planned the whole thing in my head. I was like, you know what? Let me do a video saying I bought a new car and everything. Then in like at the end, I'm gonna say it's a rental, it's a joke and whatnot. And then this is a video of how I ended up with a rental. So most people will think, oh, so he just got up and just decides to go rent a car for the week. But no, I didn't get up to decide to rent a car for the week. So that's what happened. This is how I ended up with that car. But yeah, but like I said, it's an amazing car. I love driving it around. But like that's not something I would take my money and buy. And even if somebody will try to give it to me and say, "Oh, unless somebody's giving it to me with winter tires, I'll accept it. If they're giving me without winter tires, and it's gonna cost me another 1,500 to get it, I'll be like, no, sorry. Or I'll just have it somewhere and drive it only in summer. But no, that's not something else. But it's a great car, but that's not my type of style. A lot of people were saying, "Oh, the car looks nice, and do you have a new car?" and blah 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 this and blah 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 that. But no, that car is not my style. Definitely not my style for sure. But yeah, this is a story of how that guy smashed the mirror off, and yeah, everything was fine. Everything was fine. Yeah, when I made a claim, everything was fine. Now I signed the paper. So whoever it is, the owner of that car, their premium is gonna go up. So shout out to them. They just allow me to drive a brand new car for my birthday for one whole week for free. But don't get me wrong, the process was long because that's like 2 months. And I really wanted to get rid of that car too. Like the black car, it's a nice car, the Nissan. But I was like, it's a good thing it's not winter because they don't have winter tires on there. And I was like, if winter's coming, I need my car because I got winter tires on my car. And I was like, what if it was like snowstorm out there? How will I manage? But I got my car back. So now it's time for me to go put my winter tires on and get ready for the winter. And yeah, it was a very amazing experience. Especially having that car for my birthday. I drive that car everywhere, bro. I'll get home and I'll tell my brother, let's go for a drive. Everywhere I go, people be looking at it. Amazing. But yeah, this is the whole process of every single thing within the 2 months with that car. Now, for you guys, for some of you guys must be like, oh, so this happened from August and now it's October and now you're saying it? I was like, yeah, because I wanted to give you guys everything all at once. That makes sense. It makes it because that's like, okay, so the guy hitting the mirror off, that will be one video. For me, waiting for the 1 week, that will be 2 videos. For me, waiting 30 days, that's another video. For me to wait for the part, because I would have to tell you guys like updating what's going on. So by the time I get the information, then I'll tell you guys. And then I would have to wait for the parts to come in and get the car fixed. So that's 5 videos. And then I'm going to have to wait for the completion. That'll be 6 videos. So I just put everything all in one. Because it'll be like, oh, this happened. I'm telling you guys now. As soon as 1 week go by, something else happened. Then I'm telling you guys. So no, I did everything all in one. Just to make it make sense. But yeah, this was the whole thing. So 2 months it took me. And they had my car for 1 week fixing it. They literally work on time. Because I had the rental for only 1 week. But yeah, this is it. And it cost me $29, and that's only in gas out of almost $300. But yeah, it was a good experience driving that car. But like I said, that car is not my style. I wouldn't buy that car in a million years. I'm not talking trash on it. To me, I'll rather a BMW or I'll pick even a Mercedes over it. Because and that car was fast too. But like if I'm buying a car, I'm getting up and I'm go buying a Tesla. But yeah, this is how I ended up making that video because I wanted to not say make fun of you guys, but I wanted to prank you guys. So yeah, so that is it. So there you guys have it. Thank you very much for listening to me. Thank you for watching. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned. I will be back doing more things. You're going to enjoy the rest of your day. I'm out. And don't forget to follow me on social media. I post daily on them.